Here's the problem. A lot of conservatives are having a fit over her interview, and here's what they're so mad.
Caitlin Clark, standout player for the Indiana Fever, recently appeared on David Letterman's Netflix show My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. The episode quickly gained attention and sparked widespread conversation across the WNBA. Clark's offseason has been packed with major moments. She attended Chiefs games, had her jersey retired at Iowa, and took part in several interviews, including one with former NFL quarterback Eli Manning. Her most recent and high-profile sit-down was with Letterman, known for interviewing some of the most influential people in the world. In the episode, Clark opens up about her journey, career, and impact, continuing to build momentum as one of the most talked-about athletes in sports today.
Do you think that there's any other players, specifically college players, who can replicate this kind of fandom in the way that we see for Caitlin Clark, Logan?
I honestly don't think so. And I've been thinking about this a ton recently, and it brought me back to a few years ago, or maybe it was last year before, I'm not too sure. I was in the back, like the depths of hell in Adelaide, Australia, doing some like wine tour I did not want to be on. And there were a group of guys, maybe in their 20s. They were talking about Caitlin Clark.
During her recent conversation with David Letterman, which aired this week, Caitlin Clark touched on a wide range of topics. However, one comment in particular stood out. She revealed a specific aspect of the WNBA that she dislikes. The moment came after Letterman brought up her well-known scrimmage against Iowa's male practice squad, during which she famously scored 22 points in just 2 minutes.
So I think I had 22 points in 2 minutes was the moral of the story.
I'm sorry. 22 points in 2 minutes.
It was funny because we had a high school girls basketball team there that day. So we had a little audience and we were up in our practice gym and they were like jumping out of their chairs going crazy. Usually I never react when something like I hit a big shot or like I do, but never in like a shocked way. After like my fifth three.
Caitlin Clark's college career may be behind her, but the stories from her time at Iowa continue to resonate. During her 4 years with the Hawkeyes, the current Indiana Fever point guard established herself as a dominant force. One of the most talked about moments didn't even happen in a regular game. Clark famously scored 22 points in just 2 minutes during a scrimmage against Iowa's male practice squad, a group of students who volunteered to help train with the women's team.
Iconic scrimmage.
There is.
Yeah.
But nobody knows if it actually happened because
it
nobody
happened.
actually saw it.
No, you know what happened.
Yes. So we have a practice team that's just all guys. They have to be students at the university. I think we were down 15. So we like make a couple threes. We cut it to like 10, maybe. I don't even know.
Now, when you say we make a couple of threes, was it you or was everybody making threes?
It was me, but the points went to the Iowa Hawkeyes.
College scrimmages typically happen behind closed doors, with little to no footage released to the public. But Clark's explosive performance was so remarkable that video from the scrimmage eventually surfaced and went viral. The buzz around it even prompted Clark to revisit the moment during her recent appearance with David Letterman on Netflix. While Caitlin Clark's scrimmage against Iowa's male practice squad was never officially televised, it was filmed, and the footage eventually made its way online. The video resurfaced and gained major traction on social media this week, coinciding with the release of Clark's Netflix interview with David Letterman. In the clip, Clark can be seen drilling 5 straight deep three-pointers from near the logo, including a few off-balance shots during a furious comeback. Though the scrimmage initially took place over a year ago, the buzz only recently exploded. The attention began building after Clark first spoke about the moment in an ESPN feature with Wright Thompson. Soon after, former Iowa Director of Player Development Catherine Reynolds posted a clip from the scrimmage on social media, showing Clark leading her team back from a 15-point deficit with a shooting display few could forget. In her sit-down with Letterman, Clark downplayed her role, insisting she wasn't the entire offense. But Letterman pressed her on it, and she eventually admitted she carried the team in that moment. She also mentioned that she still keeps in touch with the practice players and never lets them forget that they blew a big lead. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy, a vocal supporter of Clark, reposted the now viral video, calling her the one. Clark's rising stardom didn't stop with college. After leading the Iowa Hawkeyes to back-to-back NCAA championship appearances and becoming the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer with 3,951 points, she was selected number 1 overall in the 2024 WNBA draft by the Indiana Fever. She went on to earn WNBA Rookie of the Year honors, continuing her historic basketball journey.
Caitlin Clark being embraced by Diana Taurasi after the Fever beat the Mercury in that game and they played each other was one of the coolest moments of the WNBA season.
Taurasi goes nuts after what Caitlin Clark said in new Nike interview. Diana Taurasi's iconic reality check comment about Caitlin Clark has come full circle, and it's not looking good for the WNBA legend. When Taurasi originally warned that Clark's transition to the league after a record-breaking rookie season in the WNBA, including setting the mark for most points scored by a guard in league history, 76.9, and dishing out a single-game record 19 assists. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is looking ahead to her second year with high expectations. However, Clark's rapid rise to stardom has also made her a subject of broader cultural conversations. In the past, she has been at the center of race-related debates and accused by some of being used as a symbol in racially charged narratives. A recent interview with David Letterman, however, drew praise for avoiding those pitfalls. Former NBA player Etan Thomas, who played alongside Michael Jordan on the Washington Wizards, shared his thoughts in a candid Instagram post. Thomas applauded the interview for not pandering to what he described as certain demographics aiming to weaponize Clark for their own agendas. They weren't real fans of the game, Thomas wrote, referring to those he believes attempted to use Clark as a symbol of so-called white privilege. They only wanted to use Caitlin Clark to fit their narrative, and she ruined it for them.
66 of a possible 67 votes, as close to unanimous without being legally unanimous. Caitlin Clark is named the WNBA's Rookie of the Year, outside of bringing more attention to the league than it's ever seen before. Caitlin's first year in the W has been nothing short of remarkable. She was the first rookie in league history to record a triple-double, and she did that twice. After starting the season 1-8, helped lead the Fever to a playoff spot for the first time since 2016. After some speculated that she would only be a three-point shooter, she broke the league record for assists in a game and assists in a season. She did also break the rookie record for three-pointers in a season and finished with the second most threes in a season in league history, most points by a rookie in league history. It's been a season and a calendar year that Caitlin, her fans, the Fever, the Hawkeyes will never.
Caitlin Clark faced some backlash following remarks she made in a Time magazine interview, where she acknowledged the privilege she experiences as a white player in the WNBA. In the interview, Clark emphasized the importance of recognizing and honoring the contributions of Black women who have laid the foundation of the league. She also expressed her commitment to using her platform to help elevate their voices and continue pushing the game forward.
Do you think people love Caitlin Clark besides her skills?
She can shoot threes from logo.
We never seen that before. That's my point. Steph Curry, a little kid. Like Steph Curry, I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I've seen it a little bit in Mahmoud Abdul-Roh, but I've never seen a guy consistently come down. And if you look at, like, if you saw Steph on the street, he ain't got the LeBron muscles. He's not 6'9", he's 6'10". He looks like a perfect, normally office.
The conversation around Caitlin Clark and white privilege gained traction following her record-breaking NCAA championship game viewership in 2024. As her popularity surged, comparisons emerged with other players, such as Paige Bueckers. Some critics argued that Clark's rise was amplified by her race, suggesting she received a level of media attention and support not always extended to players of color. Others, however, defended her success, pointing to her historic performances, elite skill set, and electrifying style of play as the true drivers behind her widespread appeal.
But as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been Black players. This league has been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate Black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing, end quote. You see why I had no problem with her being Times Athlete of the Year? You see why I said that she should have been on Team USA? You see why I had to go off on the likes of Cheryl Swoops and others who were clearly distant and dismissive of her, no matter how much they try to deny it? There was resentment towards her. And here's why I said it was stupid.